Hello everybody, good afternoon, good evening, good night or good morning, depending on where you might be in the world. This is the final game we've got today on day 5 of these World Championships here in Quebec City, Canada. We've got the final game of the day, Men's Masters USA against Men's Masters Great Britain. Just a quick run through the lineups for you. So starting in the water for Great Britain, we have number 2, Alistair Hickey, number 3, Richard Adams, number 4, Lee Beard, number 5, Josh Greenall, number 6, it's Captain Carl Speed, number 7, Phil Thompson, number 10, number 9, Jeffro McCarthy, number 11, Hayden Pitchforth, number 12, Kai Waters, and number 13, Vincent Perron. Sitting out for Great Britain, we have Tomek Chizwinski and 10, Andrew Stillwell.
For the USA, we have Gurkan Pixos as number 1. Number 2, Scott Tucker. Thank you very much for whoever's appearing in our camera. Number 3, Chris Tommaso, who's both the coach and player. Number 5, Phil Hickey, who's also coaching the Women's Elite. Number 6, Timmy Burke. Number 7, one teammate from Chicago, Yohei Yamada. Number 10, Juan Sevillano. Number 11, the captain, David Kennedy, also known as DK from Can-Am Underwater Hockey. Number 12, Mike Grimm. And number 14, Greg Fitzgerald. Sitting out this game, we have Michael Riccitelli and Danny Monroe.
So the noise you might be able to hear going on behind me and Dave is we have been joined by 3 of the elite boys. We've got Vice Captain Matthew Willis, his teammate from Southsea, James Finnemore, and hero of the last round robin game for the GB boys, Scott Allen, with that penalty save. So 10 seconds until we get underway. The winner of this match will finish 5th, and they will go on to play Canada in the next round. The team that will lose will finish 6th, and they will go on and most likely play Australia, who currently sit in 3rd place in the Masters division. Confirmation of that will be on the Scores website later today.
So these teams should be pretty evenly matched. They're seated very, very similarly in this division, and both of them are keenly going to want the win. A little battle along the wall here. Nice little stick play by Great Britain.
Yeah, it's a stick foul there being indicated. The referee out the back. It's going against the USA, so Great Britain with the early advantage here. This Masters matchup, a repeat of the Elites matchup that we had earlier today. You're too close to the wall, maybe. You might have to go over there, or it's low on battery.
USA getting a little break. Looks like number 10, Juan Sevillano, with a nice little break along the wall.
Nice flick and chase going over the top of Kai Waters there. Here's USA trying to break down this near side underneath the camera.
There's Chris Tommaso playing out of Minnesota. And now Greg Fitzgerald, currently in Colorado.
Coming off on the 45, trying to get the flick away. Some space for GB to swim here. Lee Beard coming out to the left. He found his legs yesterday. Opting to go back inside. Seeing the swim forward by Jethro. Jethro's got a bit of space here. He's being tackled from the chasing American.
Nice steal by Great Britain. Great Britain is driving in hard. Like Timmy Burke looking for a pass up to Scott Tucker, I believe.
Nice swim there. Good switch by GB. Not sure who that is.
And back over to Timmy Burke again. Very patient, very experienced player looking for that pass.
Nice knockdown there by Vincent Perron, number 13 for Great Britain, as he now tries to get some space down the wall, but cut out straight away by the USA defensive line.
Good bottom time by Vincent. Trying to open the play up.
5, Phil Hickey, clearing it out forward, but broken up right away by Great Britain. And it's going to be advantage USA.
I'll tell you what, Dave, I've got a bit of an idea. I think that me and you, we should pass the headsets, or we should go sit at the back. We'll pass the headsets on to these boys. Let's them have a go for the rest of this first half, and then when we cut to the surface, we can add in any bits we want. How about that?
We're stepping on each other. That makes sense to me.
Right. Come on, boys. Two of you come sit down here.
No, I think we're stepping on each other a little. Just do it. The headsets and. I need to.
Here we have Vantage Puck USA going down the wall. Slightly contrasting style from their elite team, playing the channel game.
Matty, basic information for you. When you hear the buzzer and play comes to the surface, you need to press the button that says cut next to number 8. That one. Yeah. That's your job.
That button. You push into the other one,
Yeah, I'll tell you when the play stops, Matty. It's alright. Just giving
it's number 12 for GB, making a nice break down the wall. Turns to lay it off to a player who's following.
Commentary coming over to you now, live from James Finnemore and Matthew Willis. GB Elite.
Well cut in there by Phil Thompson.
That is a good pincer by GB, but USA break out. Going to the nearest wall, rebuild.
Reset. Nice big flick out. Oh, look like they've got a bit of a break. Got a man over the top as well.
GB looking to just slow this break down, but they pick it up here. Oh, the guy stays down there. Big lungs from USA.
Oh, nice bust through from the Americans there. Looks like we might have the first goal of the game.
Yeah, the buzzer's gone. What's the referee done?
And that's a goal awarded to America.
Is that 3, I see? Goal number 2 for America. So that would be a Scott Tucker. Well done, Scott.
That was a great tactical drive there, started off by Team USA. So Great Britain on the offensive, coming down underneath all the sub areas. You just saw that USA added in a load of their guys, switched the play to the far side and drove down the far side wall against a tired GB6. And that's where the goal came from there. As we cut back to the underwater footage, USA win the strike.
That's quick work from the strike, get it to the wall.
This is interesting to see them play the USA earlier, the elite boys. They keep it open and expansive, but this current Masters team quite content to play the channel game. Good aggressive play there by GB, Carl Speed of West Wickham, captain, leading by example.
It's a lovely drive from GB, but it's now been recovered by the US in front of their subspin.
Oh, they didn't like
free
that,
puck awarded.
Oh, stick infringement.
That's a free puck awarded in GB's favour, right up in front of the American goal.
There we go. Oh, a bit of a slidey flick there. He wanted that a bit further into the middle of the pool. Phil Thompson staying down there. It's a big turn. USA guy over the top. Big pick up there. Big hit.
The Americans
from
have cleared their lines.
Ooh. Bit of afters there from Phil Thompson, it appears, on the American guy. Ref timeout. What have they seen? Oh, he's checking for a headshot here.
I think they're just checking that the white guy's okay.
I think
Patrick, the referee from Australia, just checking the player's safety before play continues here. I think it might have even been one of his own players that connected with him as he tried to come in and assist. That's why there's nobody being chucked out by GB.
GB number 13, Vincent, they're down quick on the equal
good
puck.
Switch. Oh, he didn't pick it up as clean as he liked there, Josh. He can back himself in that instance. A good steal by the USA. Big hit there over the top. Good swim.
It's a good drive by the US, strike down into the GB's corner, but it's well recovered in front of the subspin.
Kai there, the Grizzly player down the wall. Lovely dummy there by Lee Beard, but here we go. We need a big lung here from Mr. Hickey. That is a Carl Speed type of tackle.
It's well one back, taken to the wall and held there by Jethro. Just trying to help let the team reset.
Oh, he's gone for it.
It's a good drive.
Oh. Ref seen something. Gloving infringement there.
It's unfortunate. Given against Jethro McCarthy, that's going to be an American free puck.
Flick into the melee there. American chap is shutting the door. He's going at the back wall, backing themselves to do it. It looks like they have. And we have a goal for America. What number have they given it to? 7? Is that
7. I look like number 7.
Well done, Ryan Heckenberg.
So we're midway through this first half. The USA getting their second goal and leading this 2-0 as Pete Hodge, you can just see if you cut to the surface. Willis not doing his job, lazy boy. If you cut to the surface, you're going to see Pete Hodge coming in towards his boys, trying to steady the ship and try and find a way back into this game before half time. Scott, what are your thoughts on the game so far? My thoughts on the game. So I'm just trying to work out what they're doing there. The US are stand down a little bit longer than we want them to, which is a bit of a shame. Our boys just need to break out and carry on swimming. The backup isn't coming over the top or behind. I'm not too sure because I'm trying to watch on top and the screen at the same time. So I'm just trying to find out what they're doing now. I'm not doing the same time.
We have a correction there. I think they're saying it's Michael Riccitelli who got the goal, but the ref signal number 7 is actually Yohei Yamada. So apologies, Yohei, if it is your goal and they've given it to someone else.
Maybe just had a warning.
We go, restart again.
Well from Argentina, just explaining that there's a warning being given from the advantage puck where Great Britain conceded the goal. They went too early, advantage play, and the goal, but the warning still being carried. As we now return to your commentary team, Finnemore and Willis.
And the Americans straight into the ascendancy, playing the channel down the wall here. They're confident they back themselves to wear the GB players out.
It's well held in the corner though by Richard Adams, giving his team a chance to reset around him. This is good battle and work now by Phil Thompson, trying to help get it out of the corner.
Referee's called a foul here, doesn't like what he's seen. He can have a chat with his other referees.
Looks like the free puck's been given against GB there. Americans down quick to take it early. Chucked it in the mixer. Battling down the back wall.
Big lungs there from the Americans.
Oh, looks like they've got another goal.
The referees are signalling. They've seen it, they're happy.
And that is a third goal awarded to the US. Looks like for number 11. Number 11, Dave Kennedy.
Pete's there saying get down in numbers. It's just the Americans here are really holding the bottom very well, not giving the space for the GB players to get out. Americans in the ascendancy here, in control of the game.
Very quick on that strike, getting there first every time. Looks like GB are making some inroads though up the far wall. Just need to settle this down, get a bit of possession in the US half.
Good turn there. It's gone back into the corner. It's playing to the USA's hands there.
It's a good tackle by potentially a foul's given here.
What's the referee seen? Doesn't like it. Gloving foul there by GB. Not sure what number. They'll be happy to be in their half. Sorry, James.
Looks like it's just a free puck though, no warnings.
Yeah, I know, but none of them have even said about being in the wall.
I think the Americans are going to go down the wall here in the channel, don't you, James?
Yeah, content to just keep this safe zone. Stop GB from having any chance to swim. They've got some nice quick swimmers. They don't want to give them any chance to get any breakaway goals. To answer your question, Jenny, it is currently 3-0. It just looks the scoreboard's not been updated. US making some good ground now in that channel. Start to now cut inside the GB half.
Good 45. They're going to pull them onto this wall, and I suspect they probably want to pop it back in. Another 45. There's a guy sat there in the pocket very well by USA.
Nice little chuck under the body, but we have another foul called.
The ref seen.
Gloving this time against America, right in front of the GB subspin. Time to get some fresh players in.
Go GB on the bottom here, trying to take some possession of the ball. With a static start. Oh, he looks almost been pickpocketed there by the Americans.
GB in possession, look content just to try and build a bit of possession on this wall. The Americans are quite happy just to slow this game down now.
Yeah. Thought the captain there or the coach will probably be saying looking to pull this off. The Americans playing quite a channel game. Lovely hit there by Jeffro. The ref doesn't like it. Didn't like it.
It's a foul against GB.
I think it might be Jeffro. Did look pretty aggressive challenge.
Down to the last 90 seconds in the first half.
America's not really been troubled by GB. Good pick up there. Is that their captain, Carl Speed?
Going to make a nice drive down the wall. Still in possession.
And comes Alistair Hickey there, try and clear it up. Phil Thompson there, big hit. Didn't like it. He might have had a bit of a shoulder in there. I think the ref's seen something. A quick chat to his colleagues before he makes the call. Always like to appreciate seeing that, no rash decisions. That's the American gentleman out. Got number 12, I think. Number 6, actually.
Looks like that's USA number 6 out on the side for 1 minute. So that's Timmy Burke out on the side, but the US still in possession, just holding it in front of their subspin.
Let's see if GB can capitalise. Big hit there from Kai. Real tenacious player. Oh, possibly too big a hit. The far referee's seen something. Near side was playing an advantage. Not sure.
US will be happy to see their player in the sin bins time though just tick down.
I think we know where this is going to go, down into the channel. Pin GB in their half.
There he is. Nine himself.
Nice pick up there by Jos. He's just been turned very well by the vice captain there. There we go, there's half time.
US player still with 5 seconds left on his sin bin though, so we'll have to start the second half from the sin bin.
What do you think of the performance so far, James, by USA?
It's been a good, strong performance. They've had a lot of territory and a lot of possession. Only a couple of chances for GB down in their half. They just need to try and build on that possession, maybe sort of slow the game down a bit, play to their strengths.
Yeah, I think if they looked at how the USA have been playing very, very effectively down the wall and the channel, and the formation they play, they will have space on the wing. So you'd hope, I'm sure Pete will see and think about the opportunity maybe to push it wide, 45, maybe even to the back man and back two and give them a swim round. There's plenty of space. This is a wide pool.
Yeah, big open pool. GB have got some quick swimmers. They've got plenty of time to get themselves back into this game.
As we all know from our games, anything can happen, even if you've got 2 minutes left on the clock.
Alright boys, for me and Darryl take over. Can we do a second half?
It's good fun. Did you enjoy that?
I did enjoy that. It's quite it's
hard to fill the blanks when it comes to the surface.
yes.
Right, that's enough of Willis and Finnemore pulling rank here, and me and Darryl Brambalala, we're taking over.
Thank you, Lewis. Well, good afternoon, underwater sports fans from around the world, across the pond. Tuning in here, this Masters men match between USA and Great Britain, 3-0. USA got the better of them in the first half. It's looking like a pretty tight competition so far. Just quickly, if you're looking at the screen right now, as we mentioned before, it takes a lot of time, energy, resources, and money, of course, to set up these fantastic underwater hockey systems. There's a GoFundMe page here with a link or a SCAMME code there. We appreciate any donations you guys can send in so we can keep bringing you this type of video quality and audio broadcasting at the World Championship. So we're about 40 seconds left for the halftime. Lewis, what are you predicting for the second half?
I think the GB boys are going to be coming out. They're going to be coming out pretty hard, and I think that's going to create some gaps. So this next goal is really going to decide the outcome of this match. I think, you know, if GB can get the next goal and they can get it in the next 5 minutes, that puts a lot more pressure on the USA to preserve that lead. I doubt the USA are just going to sit there. They're going to be looking for these counter-attacks when the GB squad pushes forward. Just to answer your question there, Emma, nobody fought me for the mic. I willingly gave it up to Willis and Finnemore and Scott. I know all three of them are bigger than me, and I would want to avoid them in a fight, but I did willingly give them the microphone. But enough was enough when Kai went in with a big hit and they failed to say Kai Bosch. Enough's enough. So here we go, second half underway.
All right, second half underway. Timmy Burke was in the penalty box at the start of the half, but he's back in just a few seconds in. USA already pushing hard deep into GB zone, and a foul on the play is called. Referee's calling obstruction, and he's penalty. Throwing another player out. Looks like it's going to be a GB player headed out here. Lewis, I'm not sure if you can catch who that is.
I don't even need to announce who that is, so we'll just
we'll just play on.
We'll just go underwater and see what happens on this advantage puck.
All right. US pushing hard at the corner. GB doing a good job, but it's on the corner of the goal.
Interesting to see what the call's going to be here.
No goal.
Yeah,
no
I'm going to say a block on the goal line. I think is going to be the decision here.
I think it was obstruction on the goal line. Looks like the US forward got down and blocked out the defender right on the corner of the trough. So no problem. They'll reset that, and 5-2 for GB.
Yeah, and off the puck foul there. So the guy who's about to receive the pass just going in and pinning the last GB defender onto the goal line with giving him no access to the puck.
All right, here comes GB. Nice big flick out to the outside wall. See if they can hold it and run down this penalty.
Yeah, taking it right underneath where Phil Thompson is sat. 12 seconds till he gets back into the pool. Nicely positioned for him to have a straight, an immediate impact on the game.
US still pushing hard here down that side wall. They're happy to play the wall game if they need to, and another foul called on the play just before the GB player getting back in the water here, and another foul being called.
And that's number one, so that's definitely a USA guy. I know there's none of the GB boys have that sheet, so it's Gurkan Peksos who's going out. Oh no, it's not number one, it's number 10 who's being sent out. It's Juan Savino.
Oh, Juan, okay, so Juan is unfortunately out, so now the tables have turned, and GB are going to have the 6-on-5 advantage. They start this advantage puck right near the ref's bench.
Phil Thompson's just slid in there at the top of our picture. For those of you who don't know, if there's a stoppage in the play and the player's time in the sin bin runs out, he has to wait until the puck has been moved before he can re-enter the game.
All right, might have been a little confusion there because people popped to the surface on the other pool buzzer there. Now we have a buzzer, though, that's been called, and the referee is looking for the signal. We're just waiting for the call here. Looks like there was two refs both playing advantage. We'll give them a second to sort it out. Okay, it will be a USA advantage. Not sure what the call was. Obstruction, I believe it was. And it'll be an advantage for USA, so... We get the puck set up here, and here we go.
Just saw number 3 there, Richard Tomaso, trying to just direct his players and say what he wants them to do after this advantage puck. 6-on-6 hockey now. Both players for the USA now getting back into the water.
All right, they're holding on the wall. Yeah, Chris Tomaso, he's one of the key players here on this U.S. team. U.S. now driving it back deep into the corner. Here's a push hard on the goal. They make a big flick pass. They're crashing the goal now.
And another call that's going to be interesting to see. Seemed like there was some USA players trying to lift them off the bottom, and yet no goal signaled there by the New Zealand referee, Anton Williams. Not for obstruction. I think Robbie Kirkpatrick on the near side just coming up to the referee from Australia saying he was giving a blocking foul, and on the far side the first call prior to that, a stick infringement, as you're just indicating there, Darryl.
Exactly. So... All right, so we'll get set up again here with GB. I'm sure much happier that they got the advantage out of that and no goal scored. And here we go. They're going to come out the middle.
Sleep Beard with a flick right up to Josh Greenall.
Good job, GB, getting it to the wall. U.S. trying to get those big bodies down and hold them there. Watch for the swing play.
Yeah, interesting. I think this might be a blocking foul or a barging foul against the USA. Yeah, number 4. Well, not number 4.
No, it's stick infringement foul.
Stick infringement foul. Interesting.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me on the U.S. being the lefty on the wall there, the way that they had the angle.
Just seemed that as Jos was trying to fight it through, that the player that he was almost beating, just trying to pin his head down to say, like, you can put your arm through this gap, but you can't get your body through, and that is, of course, obstruction. He still did have his bat on the puck, but just too much body movement there, dropping down.
All right, another call on the play here. It's going to be against the U.S. once again for another stick infringement. I believe that last one wasn't 4. We don't have a 4 on this team. It
maybe 14.
14, Greg Fitzgerald, most likely.
Anton Williams awarding this advantage puck to Great Britain. Slowly and steadily making the way down the pool as Lee Beard of Manchester takes the puck. Flick out to the left-hand side.
Good job holding it on the outside wall now. U.S. just applying the pressure there. Nice little drop pass to the back coming in. They're trying to roll the wall now. GB holding them solid on the wall, though. Good job rotating.
Trying to break off on the 45, not being allowed to, taking it back onto the wall to maintain possession. But USA getting a loose flick here. And we're getting the swim across here, and this is number 11 for the USA. That's Dave Kennedy, the Can-Am owner and captain of this men's Masters team.
Nice job by the U.S. captain. Unfortunately, it was a gloving call on that play, so they're going to reset it and give it back to GB for the advantage puck. And here we go, GB coming out off the, nice little swim there. Gets a good flick to the outside, makes a flick through. U.S. trying to shut that down, but GB presses hard through the middle. Now getting pushed to the outside wall. Timmy Burke holding the puck in the back line there. Timmy, the only lefty on the U.S. team, I believe. They're going to hold the corner, buy some time. Watch as U.S. cycles into players. No corner rule as the second guy brings it out and was challenged. And nice little flick around there by GB, trying to go for the initial swing, but another foul on the play.
Yeah, so referee's just going to take a timeout and discuss the appropriate action to take after this one. So approaching the halfway stage in the second half is number 12 there. I think that might be Nathan Whelan. Is that Nathan Whelan of Australia, number 12? Just looking for number 13, and he's not going to find one on the USA team. So unless it's Vincent Perron, yes, Vincent Perron swimming at the back of our picture, going out.
Vincent, my Padawan, as we call him, my had a good opportunity to referee with Vincent for a number of years. Another good level 3 referee here that we've had many of the World Comps, and now living over in the UK.
Yeah, doing a fair bit with the commentary with me at the same time, and just looking up at the top of my picture and just seeing it's flickering. So if you can just let us know what you think of the picture that's coming through, and if there's any feedback you've got, then we'll try and deal with that.
All right, so it looks like they're calling him for a 2-minute penalty. I think that's what they were trying to confirm there. And here we go back underwater. U.S. starting out with the puck, now on the 6-on-5 advantage, taking their time. Oh, try to go a little swing play there, but the puck just rolled on him as he made that flick. GB take advantage of that, try to push it back, but U.S. take possession again and just roll it to the outside wall. And another foul on the play. I believe that may have been a stick infringement there. Yes, it was. And that's against the U.S.
So today sees the end of these round-robin games. Halfway through, just over halfway through the competition. I think today being the midway stage. And
we're into quarterfinals tomorrow.
Quarterfinals tomorrow. That's gone really quick. So, Ladies Masters Division, we've got 2 matches. We've got USA, your team, Daryl, playing Canada. Draw today and a win for you earlier on in the week. And then the other 2 teams going in those games, is it Australia and...
I believe Colombia actually
Colombia or
went
Argentina?
Well, Colombia, I believe, went up in the seeding, so it'll likely be Australia, Argentina tomorrow. I think France and Colombia now are seeded first and second in that division.
So very good. So a win for your team there would mean, so the winners of the Canadian and USA game would play the group winners France. And you did cause an upset against them in the group, so it'll be interesting to see what can happen. And obviously all of us here hoping that Katie Conrad can recover it from the injury she's having to her ribs. So all the best from us here, Katie. Hope you get better soon.
All right, back to the match here. U.S. still on the press. Good job by GB breaking that up. U.S. still trying to press hard, but GB now will be back at full strength momentarily as Vincent's getting sat on the deck here. U.S. still on the press, though, coming in hard. They can't get Vincent back in here quick enough. One U.S. player hanging out right on the corner of the goal.
Yeah, just waiting for that big anticipated flick in, which the Americans keep trying just to fire it in from so far out. A lot of them with enormous flicks.
Here comes Vincent in out of the box. You see him drop in on the backside, but a call on the play. And it's going to be against U.S. They're looking for player number 12, White.
It's Mike Grimm.
Mike Grimm. They're calling a referee's timeout as they get this settled down here. I believe Mike Grimm will be going to the box for 2 minutes.
Hearing the cries from the USA bench as they say forward out, just to make sure they've got enough defensive backs in to deal with the pressure that's going to come from this GB power play.
All right, so with that, the U.S. are smartly going to take their timeout. They know they've just had a hard battle down to that corner, and they're going to take a little breather here. Mike will be in the box for a full 2 minutes, but not a problem. They'll see what they can do. GB now has a great opportunity. They'll be coming out of their zone, deep in their zone first, but a nice little flick play to the outside and a good drive will get them down into the U.S. zone pretty quickly.
So tomorrow we see the first game of the day is in the Men's Masters Division, 8th place versus 9th place. I believe that's going to be played between New Zealand and Argentina in that group. The winner of that will play France, who finished top of the group. South Africa will play, I believe, Colombia. Then we have the winner of this, the loser of this game will finish 6th overall. And then we get a nice look at the crowd there. Some of the ladies elite and some of the men's elite and referee contingent that are up there.
Some of the USA Women's Masters cheering on the home crowd here as well.
Yeah, that's Katie Conrad, isn't it, in the front of our picture?
That's Katie, yep, and Trisha and Carolyn. All right, here we are back at the action. All right, GB smartly takes it just along the wall. Not wanting to press too soon here. They'll work it out slowly out of their zone.
Oh, managing to find a gap and space to swim.
Oh, that's a big push now by GB.
Yeah,
pressed
that's
by
Jeffro McCarthy there, just trying to find the space to swim in, and we've got a stoppage by Nathan Whelan. Yeah. He's giving it in the way of Great Britain.
That's going to be a sticking foul, I'm pretty sure, against U.S. That may even be another penalty.
Oh, interesting there by Nathan to deal with that severity. I'm guessing Nathan saying that there's
wasn't severe enough there for a penalty.
Enough attempt to play the puck.
All right, well, the U.S. gets off a little lucky with that one, and GB 6-on-5 still. 5 minutes left to go in the game. Now GB finally on the press in the U.S. zone. Good job down the wall. They're going to cycle, try and get it off that wall now. U.S. just holding them up there, and another foul on the play.
A lot of noise coming from the pool next door as we have Argentina playing Colombia in a South American matchup towards the bottom of this men's Masters division.
All right, so it looks like that will be an advantage this time for the U.S. coming out of their zone. And here we go. U.S. starting with the puck, coming out along the wall, still trying to work down that penalty. GB up 6-on-5.
Up 6-on-5, but trailing in the game 3-0 as we have another stoppage in the play. So the likely case now that the USA will play Canada in the men's Masters division.
And that's going to be another penalty for U.S. So temporarily, U.S. is going to be down. That's Greg Fitzgerald going out, number 14.
Yeah, but we've got Mike Grimm getting straight in once the puck's touched, so maintaining it as a 6-on-5 contest. So looking like, unless Great Britain can find something in these last 4 minutes, Great Britain will be playing against Australia. Playing Australia yesterday and losing the game 2-1.
And another signal being called by the U.S. He was playing advantage. So by Robbie Kilpatrick there, calling a gloving call against GB. And that'll give the U.S. a little break there, even though they've still got one man in the box. U.S. are used to playing a man down, it seems, quite often. So they're well versed at this. They're just going to start to slowly work down this clock, I believe. GB, if they're going to make this happen, they're going to have to get on the press real quickly. Nice little knockdown there. Yeah, as mentioned, U.S. is just trying to hold the wall now. They're just going to momentarily hold this. And there's a call on the play. It's going to be against GB, I believe.
Number 11 there, Hayden Pitchforth. Fizzy looks like he's making a line towards the sin bin. Number 11 there for GB. Yes, it is.
I guess they didn't like the little spear there along the wall. It was maybe a stick infringement or a glove there as he came in for the push. So 5-on-5 hockey now. The pool will open up a little more. And we've momentarily lost our camera due to the controller is
luckily the play being maintained in the area that the camera is pointing as Great Britain now trying to bring it back off the wall and go back to the middle.
Yeah, we've lost part of our controller here momentarily. Looks like we've got a problem with the pan, so bear with us as we try and get that sorted out. I apologize, folks. We'll do the best we can, and a technical team is going over to look at the camera right now. And we'll just continue to comment here as GB on the press here on the U.S. goal right now. Looks like the U.S. has broken the puck out over into the corner. GB still hard on the press here. Both teams are now back at full strength. Referees out of the water as they are right in the corner now trying to cycle it. And I believe we may have some action going on our camera again. We'll see. Not quite yet.
Yeah, it's all right. We've got 1 minute and 18 seconds left, and the camera's pointing in the right direction, Daryl. I think we'll be all right. Don't want Eric, the main technician who's designed and operates all of this kit, just he gets out. Somebody breaks the camera, and as funny as it sounds, it is great that he's got the technical ability to get it changed around in the space of one game. So occasionally the camera breaks, he gets in the water, he fixes it, he gets out, he dries himself off, and then just as he's drip dry and had something to eat, somebody's going to send him back in again.
Yeah, unfortunately, what looks like has happened is probably one of the coaches dropped down on one of the trigger belts, and it's caused a little problem with the camera there. So we're just going to see what we can do. Eric's going to continue to operate the camera here manually, briefly, and we'll see what we can do about getting that fixed in about 20 seconds here.
Yeah, luckily the last game of the day occasionally coming up with these problems, and the fact is later in the day is a bit better for us as we enter 15 seconds to go, and it's an advantage Great Britain, so we'll see the game out of a Great Britain possession.
Yeah, we're in the last 2 minutes, so it is stop time on every foul. 14 seconds left, unfortunately will not be enough to come back, so GB will take the loss here against the U.S. team. They'll make one last push here as they swim across the pool. The U.S. just going to try and shut that down, prevent any goals from coming in. There's a big last flick through, and the U.S. just works that out to the side, and that will be the game.
Yeah, that's the game. 3-0 victory there for the USA over the men's Masters. No interviews coming up tonight, unfortunately for us. Just a few, maybe one from the USA, but nothing from GB. GB just wanting to probably get off and talk amongst themselves about the plan for going forward for tomorrow, as they will be playing. Who have I been saying? I've said they've been playing. They'll be playing Australia most likely about 4 o'clock. In the women's division, we've been taking one of the first games of the day for us. So women's elite playing against Belgium should be a comprehensive victory. The Belgians finishing lower down in that group, but not taking anything for granted. And in the other quarter, goal for Argentina against Colombia. So my co-commentator from earlier, Fagundes, getting very excited, and that game just about to come to a close, I believe.
Yeah,
or is there a few seconds? There's 60 seconds left. So
2-1 in that game with about 30 seconds left. I'm not sure it's going to be enough time for one last push. We'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us, everybody from across the pond and here in North America or wherever you may be. Stay tuned for more exciting hockey coming up over the next few days. Quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals over the next 3 days is going to be certainly exciting. You don't want to miss it. Thanks again for tuning in. Anybody wanting to watch a neutral game, if you're tuning into the men's elite coverage of Spain versus Canada, then that is the likely suitor as who will play Great Britain in the next round. Great Britain men's elite not in action tomorrow. They're back in the pool on Thursday, so going to enjoy a much needed day off and try and watch the games and prepare fully for the next round. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Good night.